let me just say, I predicted a lot about what's happening right now. I'm not into saying I told you so, but we did see it coming.
If this president is thinking about putting us in a position where we're in a war with Iran, the consequences will be absolutely unacceptable and tragic in terms of the young men and women who are American soldiers.
Kamala Harris was right about everything.
But when people like Kamala Harris send our sons and daughters, our young people, to fight in stupid wars, it is the young generation that carries the burden of that. We're going to stop sending our young people to faraway lands. We are not the policemen of the world. We need to use our young people here at home.
And you need the right person to be president. You know, we had no war when I was president. War or the threat of war is raging everywhere, and the two incompetent people running our country, or what, I don't actually think they're even running it, are leading us to the brink of World War III. And to make her president would be a gamble with the lives of millions and millions of people. She would get us into a third world war. I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars. No more wars, no more disruptions. We will have prosperity and we will have peace. Under Trump, we will have no more wars, no more disruptions, and we will have prosperity and peace for all. I am the candidate of peace. I am peace.
Y'all mad because she was right? Y'all are mad because Kamala Harris was right. And it's about fucking time she said that shit with her whole goddamn chest. She sat there and she said that at Jesse Jackson's funeral. I ain't want to say it. I ain't want to be right, but I told y'all. She sat there 2 years ago and told y'all dumbasses, and I'm saying these Latinos, these white folks, and these goddamn Asians that put that man in office. She told y'all stupid asses what was going to happen to this country. This country's going to hell in a motherfucking handbasket. Y'all put a fraud in the goddamn office again. A 47-time felon, a grifter, a graper, an SA. You put that in office, you ain't think this country was gonna run straight down to hell? Satan, we here. Open the fucking door. And baby, come Texas, y'all sidestepped another black woman. And I'm getting tired of y'all hoes going on the fucking internet talking about we need to come together and fight fascism. Fuck y'all. Let's see how y'all hoes do without us. Y'all gonna stop betting against black women. We got foresight y'all motherfuckers can't see. All right? That is embedded in us. We ain't moving.
You know, I hate it when I have to admit that MAGA got something right, but damn it, MAGA, I have to admit you got this 100% absolutely freaking right, because you told me over and over again that if I vote for Kamala Harris, everything's going to be in the crapper. The economy will be worse, job numbers will be worse, we will be less safe, we will go to war, we will be the laughingstock of the entire international community, you told me. And you know what? I did vote for Kamala Harris, and here we are.
It's so sad that it has taken such a long time for people to realize that Kamala Harris was right. And some people never believed her because of racism and even ignorance. Some even believed that she was exaggerating, and many voters trusted the promises they were hearing from Trump instead. He promised he would bring peace, stop wars, lower groceries, and make life more affordable for ordinary families. And for people who are already struggling with high cost and economic pressure, that promise sounded so realistic. Now the reality looks different from what many voted for, and many are now regretting that vote. So let's have a look.
Kamala Harris didn't tell one lie about what Taco and his administration would do if they were back in office. If y'all would just listen to black women.
Imagine being so fucking terrified and scared of black women that you voted for the clown car that's happening right now. Imagine feeling so fucking inferior to intelligent black women that you voted for a convicted felon. You voted for a reality TV host, a failed businessman, a bankrupted fucking asshole that is destroying our government, burning our constitution, and honestly ruining our fucking lives. You didn't care about Medicaid. You didn't care about Medicare. You don't care about veterans. You don't care about children going hungry. You wanted to feel so fucking superior because this, the color of our skin, we are fading. into oblivion because the world is a fucking melting pot. You are so terrified of blackness that you voted for a failed reality television host that couldn't even operate a casino.
Kamala Harris was always right. When are we going to accept that Kamala Harris was always right, no matter how you feel about her, no matter how you feel about her being a vice president, no matter how you feel about her morality, her skill set, no matter how you feel about her as a person? Kamala Harris was always right, and every step that Donald Trump has taken, she not only predicted, she said it would happen, and she gave us a play-by-play on the other options in case he wouldn't even do that one. Kamala Harris predicted the war. Kamala Harris predicted what he would do in the first 100 days when he got in office. Kamala Harris predicted how he would take government jobs and he would tear down the government officials. Kamala Harris literally predicted what he would do with immigration, even though he said it 50 million motherfucking times. Kamala Harris said how he would blame Biden, and Kamala Harris, every step of his way, probably until he got off the motherfucking office. Every single step, every single move, down to the detailed points, she knew everything was going to happen the way that he said it was going to happen, and people still voted for him. That in itself not only deserves praise, but it also deserves a level of understanding and empathy, because we have to remember, no one else was calling Donald Trump on his bullshit even at that time. Now everybody is having revelations. Some people need to start saying thank you and accepting the fact that she was right.
Kamala Harris was right about everything.
He will target and punish those who disagree with him or refuse to bend to his will. He calls these Americans the enemy within, and says that he would use the American military to go after American citizens. Journalists whose stories he doesn't like. Nonpartisan election officials who refuse to cheat by finding a few extra votes for him. Judges who insist on following the law instead of following him. It is for reasons like these that General Mark Milley, the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Donald Trump's top general, has called Trump, and I quote, fascist to the core. And it is clear Donald Trump is increasingly unstable and unhinged, and will stop at nothing to claim unchecked power for himself.
If the right to do anything I want to do, I'm the president of the United States.
Kamala Harris was right about everything. Russia is giving information to Iran. Russia is giving information to Iran about U.S. warships, aircraft, other assets in the region. U.S. intelligence knows this. Kamala Harris said that these dictators would eat Trump for breakfast or for lunch, whatever. And MAGA laughed at her, and MAGA acted like their God King is this tough businessman who can strike deals with anyone. And Trump has always said Putin is his, that they have a good relationship, they're buddies, acting like he knows how to control him. No, it's the other way around. Putin knows how to control Trump, and he always has. And when Trump was asked about the US, when he was asked about Russia giving information to Iran, his response was, what a stupid question. What a stupid question. Are we great yet, MAGA? Is this America first? Acknowledging that someone who is supposed to be an ally of the president, right? They're supposedly have a good relationship according to Trump. Giving information to our enemy. Is this what you voted for? This the art of the deal?
I just know for a fact that if Kamala Harris was elected president, I wouldn't have woken up last night at 5 a.m. to see a news alert saying that the United States is at war with Iran.
The election was almost a year ago, which is so fucking crazy. I cannot believe that we have suffered through almost an entire year of Donald Trump again. And I was thinking today, like, what could we have had? Like, a year ago today, I remember being so filled with hope. I was like this close to being proud to be an American again. And then she lost. But what did Kamala Harris have to say this time last year? Like, what could we have had? Let's take a look together, shall we?
On day one, Donald Trump would walk into that office with an enemies list. You know, he talks about the enemies from within. When I am elected, I will walk in with a to-do list focused on your And at the top of my list is bringing down your cost of living. That will be my focus every single day as president. I will give a middle-class tax cut to over 100 million Americans. We will enact the first ever federal ban on corporate price gouging on groceries.
That'll be nice right about now.
We will fight to make sure hardworking Americans can actually afford a place to live. And if any of you out there are caring for an elderly parent, well, my plan will cover the cost of home care under Medicare so that seniors can get the help and care they need to stay in their own homes. It's about dignity. It's about dignity. And my plan will lower the cost of childcare, cut taxes for small businesses. Do we have any small business owners here? I love our small businesses.
No, who doesn't?
My plan will lower
Donald
healthcare
Trump.
costs because, by the way, I believe access to healthcare should be a right and not just a privilege of those who can afford it. It's about values. On the other hand, Donald Trump's answer to the financial pressures you face, well, it's the same as it was last time. Another $1 trillion in tax cuts for billionaires and big corporations. Right. And this time, he will pay for it with a 20% national sales tax on everything you buy that is imported. Clothes, food, toys, cell phones. A Trump sales tax would cost the average American family nearly $4,000 more a year. And on top of that, you would pay even more if Donald Trump finally gets his way and gets rid of the Affordable Care Act. Remember how many times he's tried to do that? And you're booing because if he were successful, it would throw millions of Americans off of their health insurance and take us back to when insurance companies could deny people with pre-existing conditions. You remember what that was like? Well, we are not going back.
Ooh, how did we fumble the bag so fucking hard? Was she a perfect candidate? Absolutely not. But show me one. Show me a perfect candidate. Helen Keller would have been a better candidate than Donald Trump. She's not even real.
Believe me, if Donald Trump is president again, at some point or another, that ugliness will touch all of our lives. And it will not matter what you look like, how you worship, who you love, or how you vote. If you don't make 6 or 8 or 12 figures, if you're not famous, if you criticize or disagree with him in any way, if he doesn't view you as his equal or relevant to his ambitions, I promise you, he will not think about you when he gets into the Oval Office.
Kamala Harris was right about everything. Curbing free speech, weaponization of our government and DOJ, tariffs will hurt the economy, startling job growth and economic growth, not doing anything to actually bring costs down, silencing critics, militarization of our cities for political gain, progressive policies that hurt the middle and the bottom, censoring your critic. Someone make me a Kamala was right hat now.
Remember when she said this?
He is saying that he would use the military to go after them.
And then they told you that it was a lie?
That they are now talking about deploying 1,500 military.
She warned us.
So there's this clip going around of Kamala Harris at Jesse Jackson's funeral, basically insinuating that, she basically said, "I told you so," about everything that's going on with Trump and the administration, and everyone's losing their minds about it. Let's be honest, you guys are only mad because a black woman was right. The black woman you didn't want to vote for, primarily because of her blackness. I know people are going to say it's because of, the way the administration handled Gaza, or because the way this person didn't really, heed to conservative values, people on the left and the right. Bullshit. The majority of y'all didn't vote for her because she was a black woman. You didn't want a black woman being in charge of you. And now you guys are mad that the black woman was right the whole time, that if you voted Donald Trump in, everything she said was going to happen, and then some. Who cares where she said it at? I don't give a damn if she said it at a funeral. I don't care if she said it at a bus stop. If you're right, you're right. And you know what? Every chance I get, if I was right about something like that and I was in the position of power she was in, I remind y'all every single day too. Like, oh, how's it going with ICE? How's it going with everything else? Oh yeah? Yeah, I told you so.
As we reach the end of this discussion, it's important to step back and reflect on what this moment says about politics, leadership, and choices voters make during elections. During the campaign, Kamala Harris framed the election as a turning point. Her message was simple but direct. Leadership decisions do not exist in isolation. The choices a president makes about diplomacy, economic policy, and alliances can shape global stability and domestic prosperity for years to come. Many voters, however, were focused on immediate frustrations, rising prices, political polarization, and general fatigue with the political system. It pushed people to search for quick solutions. When Trump promised to end foreign conflicts, lower grocery prices, and restore economic strength, those promises resonated with millions of Americans who felt ignored or left behind. Campaign promises can be powerful. They offer hope. They give people the sense that change is right around the corner. But the reality of governing is often far more complicated than campaign slogans. Now, as geopolitical tensions increase and economic concerns remain a major issue for many families, some voters are reflecting on the gap between campaign expectations and political reality. This isn't unusual in politics. History shows that nearly every administration faces moments where campaign messaging collides with the complex realities of governing. The discussion surrounding rising tensions with Iran is one example. Foreign policy decisions often involve factors beyond any single leader's control: regional conflicts, long-standing rivals, international alliances, and unexpected events. Even leaders who promise peace sometimes find themselves navigating crises that escalate quickly. For many voters who strongly believed in Trump's message of stability and economic relief, the current situation has sparked frustration and disappointment. Some feel the outcomes do not match the promises they supported. People should critically evaluate political messages before casting a vote. Campaigns are filled with powerful narratives. Candidates highlight their strength and criticize their opponents. Supporters amplify their messages that confirm their beliefs while dismissing warnings from the other side as exaggeration or political attack. Yet democracy works best when voters look beyond slogans and examine policies, track records, and the broader implications of leadership choices. What you are seeing today is a reminder that elections carry long-term consequences. Decisions made in the voting booth can shape economic policy, international relations, and the direction of a nation for years to come. The real challenge moving forward for Americans will be figuring out how the country moves forward, how leaders address economic concerns, and how they manage international tensions, and how voters hold them accountable. Politics is often emotional, especially when people feel their futures are at stake. But moments of reflection can also create opportunities for deeper conversations about leadership, responsibility, and the kind of country people want to build. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.